3, 2, 1. We are live. This is Outta Nowhere, episode 205. That's one of the co-hosts, Jake DeMarco. Yes, he is the co-host of Outta Nowhere. I am the other host of Outta Nowhere. Co-host, host, Jake, host, co-host. Two hosts. One. Two hosts are better than one. We are right. Live. We're not co-hosts. This is host. Holy shit. I'm hearing myself talking. The fuck's going on? This is weird. Hit that subscribe button down below. I'll subscribe to myself. Hit that like button and stick the thumb directly into a weird spot on my body that's not my arse. Go ahead and do it. You know you can. You know you want to. You know you have to. AEW crushes in the ratings. 900,000 or more. The hardness has begun. That's a weird beginning, but Jake DeMarco's here. I'm here. You're here. Look at him. He's alive.
Hey, I'm alive and kicking.
Hey now. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to crown a JCS digital champion. Who's it going to be? Well, it's going to be the largest donator of the stream. It's going to be whoever feeds our families the most. Shout out to Jim K in the chat. Andre Lavandero. And everybody else who's here. Nice to get wet with you tonight on Outta Nowhere. Super hyped to have you guys here. Back on Outta Nowhere. And let's start her up. Oh, we got some shit to say tonight about your daddy. I'm on fire! Fuck PG in its mouth. Fuck Russell. Tear it out. Do the same with SmackDown. Same result. Week to week, scream and shout. We are told to shut our mouths. No more lies. Thorn in your eye. We're all together. This is war. Out of nowhere. 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 All right, let's get into it. Enough of the fun. We got Jake DeMarco here. It's Outta Nowhere episode 205. 205 episodes. Let's start right off the bat. Well, first of all, let's start with the fact that I have to shout out that over $27 or $28 in donations have come in before we even started the show tonight.
Before you ever said a word.
That's crazy. So I have to acknowledge that that's pretty friggin' awesome. And we're going to play them in a second. If you guys want to donate, Streamlabs down below, Twitch Alert, Streamlabs, PayPal, the link is down in the description. And all the way down at the bottom of the description, you'll see tons of all the list of how much is what and what alerts pop off and all that stuff. Or you can just super chat down below too if you want to do that. Or join, become a member, we'll shout you out. We'll have all the shout outs and all the stuff. If you want to ask questions, give your ratings tonight. You guys can drop a super chat or Twitch Alert, whatever. Tell us your ratings. Tell us AEW or NXT. Why? Why AEW or NXT? Why do you like one better than the other? Why? Tell me! And tell me via Super Chat or Streamlabs, whatever you want to do. It's up to you guys. We'll take phone calls in a little bit, too. So we'll have phone calls rolling in.
it'll be a lot of fun. But where I wanted to start, I'm sure Jake has a whole thing written out about what he wants to talk about, and this is probably one thing he'll have to cross off the list, but I gotta know, man, because I did the AEW review last night and you weren't here for that. I gotta know, man, what in the world are your feelings on Eric Bischoff's segment? I know what we already said what mine are, but
overall, I'd probably give the show like a 7, maybe even 7.5. I really liked last night.
Yeah.
It was a fun show. I watched it earlier today, and I'm telling you, although they have no future plans for Bischoff, I guess, he's a bit of a draw still because the ratings were high, regardless of, who wants to argue that fact. It shows, and I thought it was a good success. The whole thing, Bischoff just added to everything nicely. He was the icing on the cake. He wasn't overused. He wasn't, that's good. Have him be that on-screen character. Don't have him be creative in the back. Don't give him any responsibilities. Just he's good with lines and playing that type of role. He worked very, very well. He was interesting, and he held everything together. So hopefully,
I really think that he should be a commissioner. Like he should.
Yeah,
we've said this. We've said this since day one that they need to take some of the pressure off Tony, Cody, the Young Bucks, Kenny. Take the pressure off these guys who appear to be in charge, because they are, and put some other guy on TV that is supposed to be in charge, so that we can sort of, I don't know, that he can take some kind of brunt or heat or whatever you want to say, I guess, right? Like, I mean, why not?
Yeah, he can be the one to suffer the repercussions instead of, because, who's the EVP? Who did which CEO, which brand officer, they have something for everybody, has a title. So, yeah, instead of having those people, just in a kayfabe sense, have him be the GM, commissioner, whatever you want to put the name as, but have him be kayfabe in charge of what's going on. I'm fine with that. Just don't make him actually in charge.
Yeah.
Don't have him book anything. Don't give him, don't let him open his mouth there.
Yeah.
But he makes a good on-screen character.
Yeah, certainly don't change what you guys, what they're already doing, right? But yeah, on screen, he'd be great to be on screen because they need a commissioner. They just need a commissioner guy, like somebody who can assume that role or whatever you want to say.
That's why on SmackDown, again, you know me, I'm terrible with names, but they have that gentleman that's a producer in the back, the bald guy there. I can never remember his name.
Yeah, it's like Chris something or Ferris or Fiend.
But I enjoyed a few times on SmackDown when they did that, where they had him come out and stop a fight. Kind of what they were trying to do with Pat Buck's role, where it's not a McMahon, it's not an authority figure outright. If it's someone the board appointed, fine. But when you have those kind of things, it makes for better television.
You know how we can
things
tell?
Are easily produced and make more sense.
We can figure out who that guy is if I look up Road Dogg enough, because Road Dogg is friends with him, and it's weird because I used to know the guy's name, but now I forget. And yeah, I think it's because Road Dogg's not there anymore. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Pat Buck is now there. Now Pat Buck is like seemingly kind of taking over that spot.
There we go.
Adam Pearce. Yes, I knew it was P.
Evan and Joe got it in the chat. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, Adam Pearce. Yeah, Adam, not Pat Buck. Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce has been there longer. He's more tenured and stuff. Pat Buck.
Yeah, but they have him, utilize that kind of role, and it worked well. He was, deciding a fight between the women's division and things like that. And it just, you need someone to be in charge at times, to take responsibility, to make matches happen. When you see two wrestlers get in the ring, the next thing you know, there's a referee. Well, who sanctioned that? Who allowed that? Those type of things. Even if you just say over commentary, well, he allowed it in the back, that works. You need that, and this way they'll take some of it off of Tony Khan because he doesn't handle the criticism too well either.
Yeah. And neither does Brandy, who apparently deleted her Twitter account today.
Well, that's what I was going to get into. Brandy was a surprise, but Joey Janela tweeted out that he's no longer dealing with social media, and he's done as well. So
really? Well, how am I going to harass him?
The exact tweet here. He said, "I've decided to give up on social media. I've never botched in my career, and I didn't on AEW Dark. At one point, these horrible humans on social media had me at a point of retirement, but I've retracted that decision. I will be handing my passwords to a management team. Thanks, Joey Janela."
Wow. I mean, now how are we going to contact Joey to tell him we want him to be on the show and then have him message us that he'll come on soon and then never come on? How are we going to do that now that he's leaving social media? I'm so confused.
I'm very puzzled as well.
That's really sucks.
We made a joke
happened.
with the back down Janela comments, but he got some heat over, I guess, something that was botched on Dark.
Yeah.
Again, haven't seen Dark. I did watch the women's tournament from this week, which was interesting. Being polite and censored at first, but yeah, it wasn't great. Unfortunately, the matches were disappointing, and Jericho kind of bolstered them up, saying how I didn't have much expectations, but they turned out great, and I thought it was a far cry from anything great from the women. So two matches we saw on the show, I would not recommend watching either of them, unfortunately. Far. But yeah, Joey backed down. He had enough, and he didn't want to deal with any more of the internet. And I know Twitter can be cruel. You know that better than anybody. Twitter is a cesspool at times. But I don't know. A lot of people, the Young Bucks have walked away from Twitter, and other people are strictly just on Instagram at this point. So,
wow.
I don't know. It's kind of part of the norm.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I didn't see much about why these people would say this stuff, why they would leave over this. It didn't seem like it was that much going on that would make them want to leave. So
yeah, it was surprising, but and everybody has hate to deal with, and obviously they're dealing with it on a much larger scale, but I don't know. You see what gets under people's skin. It's kind of interesting, to say the least.
I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't know, dude. I've been bombarded, like you said, I've been bombarded a million times on, I'm on my 6th Twitter account. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I said, you know better than anybody about harassment.
But what do you get? You know what I mean? Are you going to, it's not like I never chose to leave though. So that's different, but it's just, if you can't deal with Twitter, you just get off of it. You like delete it, turn it off. It's hard though, because it does do a toll on people, and they want to keep looking to see, oh my God, and it's getting worse and worse. But it's like, dude, just get off it. I mean, like somebody said, Janela was freaked out when we were talking to Janela about it, back down Janela, he got freaked out. It actually took a fan of the show to actually yell that to him.
Yeah, they reconciled for you.
That's on video somewhere. We showed it, but I don't remember where it is. But yeah, the guy yelled to Joey, like, back down Janela. And then he said Joe Cronin, and then he came over, and the guy was really cool and everything. But I think a lot of these wrestlers just don't understand it or whatever. But I think a lot of these wrestlers are also starting to see how just toxic Twitter really is, or it can be, and from anybody, not the SJW.
You can't have the best
toxic.
of both worlds. You can't want to be a star and have a personal, private Twitter. I know you want your right to privacy and all that, but when you're a celebrity in that nature, your right to privacy unfortunately just goes out the window. And it seems like most of the people on the AEW side, unfortunately, not to name call, but seem to not handle criticism well, or at least have thin skin. I mean,
but
it really seems that way.
They enjoy bullying people, and then they don't like being bullied. Like, they enjoyed bullying Vince Russo, that, oh, you're a homophobe, you scumbag old piece of shit, and fuck you, old Vince Russo, you scumbag homophobe. And Vince Russo was like, I'm not a homophobe, bro. Why would you say that? And then he's being called like he should die, and all these people are attacking him. And all the AEW people loved it. They thought it was great, thinking the guy's like a homophobe rayist or something. Ha.
Yeah,
and then when it happens to them, they're like, oh my God, and everybody cheered when like people went after Catman. Oh my God. But then they were sad that the Japanese girl killed herself, when literally they're doing the same thing. Yeah, all these people are really hypocritical. It's very strange. Very,
very, very. And it's unfortunate, but
whatever.
And
it's
it
just,
was Paul 3.
Why does it matter?
He just reminded us in the chat. Paul 3 talked to Joey Janela for you.
Oh yes, Paul 3. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, that was awesome. But dude, you know what? Just who cares about, like, why do people care so much about Twitter? It's so weird. Just, I mean, I guess maybe we're making the big deal of it because Brandy just left. Like, she didn't. I don't think she said anything.
It's supposed to be the fans' direct access. Well, the problem with Brandy too leaving is this is my own opinion. This is not anybody else saying this, but it's conspicuous that we don't have a lot of details about her. We know Joey Janela tweeted that he was leaving, so we don't know what's going on with Brandy. Did she get upset or did something happen? But they now have a paid subscription service called AEW Heels. They were describing it more on the female wrestling tournament that's going on. and it's a paid service. I believe, I don't know, don't quote me exactly. It's around $50 for a year, but it gives you the chance to directly connect with like the female talent and the wrestlers, and you're going to have your own female-driven community of like-minded wrestling fans. But it's a paid program, so it's odd that Brandy's like, you know, basically running this campaign, and now you're really, one of your main ways to access her has been limited. So if you want to access her, you know, you can't do it on Twitter. Now you have to pay for the Heels promotion, I guess, to get that access. It's kind of a intriguing thought.
That's weird. I wonder if,
you know, why give it away for free? I that could be just a weird coincidence, but
damn, dude, they're looking to make $50 a year off.
Yeah, because like, you know, she was interactive with fans before, but
party.
Kevin, before
NXT should get off TV because it sucks. Look at lower viewers and lowest ratings, less than 1.
Kevin Daly, but I mean AEW is less than 1 million too, so it's not really that good either. But Kevin Daly, thank you, man. He dropped $19.99 before we were ever on the air, so he dropped that $19.99. Yeah, he was already there with the dono already. It was crazy. I was like, what the hell? I seen it. So Kevin, man, you're the current champ.
Wonder. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I wonder, as some people in the chat have said, you know, it's 50 for a year. It's a fan club. You know, it's basically their version of an AEW, you know, OnlyFans, but minus the lewd and nudes. So
it's Patreon.
Basically, yeah. And I wonder if she got a lot, because there was backlash for this. So I wonder if that's why she stepped away from Twitter.
Oh. Shit bomb.
Evening, Joe. What's up, chat? Joe and I got a cool shout out from the At 83 Weeks podcast, Christy Olsen and producer Steve Kaufman.
Yeah, fuck those people though. They suck. I just did it for Eric. I just did it for Eric Bischoff. Those fucking people on that show suck dick. Let me tell you something. Eric Bischoff is great, but that lady who introduces all the stuff, what a fucking weird fake robot. Like, and the other thing we have, like, what is this, dude? Hey, Bischoff, you want to do a podcast that's good? Do it with me instead of these bimbo idiots. They don't even put your Patreon in the description box of the YouTube video.
Oh,
fucking idiots.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Thanks, D. Welsh.
Bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
God, it was horrible.
I can see Vince now calling up Karrion Kross and bringing back Marty Jannetty to form a tag team called the Slayers to boost the ratings. Oh yeah, that's such good shit.
Yeah, I mean, Karrion Kross apparently killed people, and for hire for the mob, and Marty Jannetty every year claims to have killed somebody. So, you know, this is the 5th time I've seen Marty Jannetty insinuate he killed somebody. So, you know, I'm not really sure what that's about. But
I mean, we haven't really got to discuss this.
We'll
yet,
get to that. Yeah, we'll get to. We're jumping
Super
ahead.
Jet.
It's a hell of a story.
It's Bullsy. What up, Bullsy? It's Bullsy. Bullsy. Thank you, man. Bullfrog, I'm not taking your call because you're banned, you idiot. $2,000.
Pour me a beer. You've got a
Although I think he's only banned from Monetize This, but still. Real for life. Thank you for pouring me a beer, brother.
Just
pour him
me
a
then.
beer.
I don't want to deal with him.
Yeah, no, I'd step on his head. I blocked him, so he's calling from his 3rd account.
Of course.
What
Flatten
a
that frog.
scumbag. But you've been sorry.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
William, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Someone
Hell yeah,
pour
another new
William.
sub.
Yuda? Is that William Yuda? How do you say
Yuda.
that? Anyway, somebody give him some love in the chat, man. Pour him a beer, too. We're having a subscription party. And we're also having a party of members. Hit that membership and join below. Get the icons of Jake's pee-pee.
Super chat party.
All the best to you and Jake. Love the reviews.
Oh, thank you,
Hey,
Evan.
thank you. Thank you, Evan.
He's alive, baby. People worried every week, worried about Jake.
I know. I hate
I think
missing
it's part of
shows.
your fucking
Kills
plan
me.
is to get people worry about you. It's some kind of like you have
That's
like
what it is. It's a ploy to just build up all this sympathy. Then I
Yeah.
can take over the world.
you have sadomasochism or whatever it's called. Something
It's more like Munchausen.
Munchausen syndrome, like but of yourself.
Yeah, factitious, whatever it is.
Yeah, like the guy that gets up out of the wheelchair.
That's still such an amazing story on Twitch. All those months that guy did that.
Oh yeah.
That was incredible.
Speaking of bullfrog, people, Tommy NC, people wanted me to do this since Tommy's been a piece of shit cunt to me. People wanted to see him get banned for the rest of 2020. So we're gonna find out if we can ban Tommy for the next for the rest of the year. Can we ban Tommy for the rest of the year? I don't know, but we're 0.95% of the way there, and I'm gonna leave it up for 7 days.
7 days. Can
7
we hit
days. If we hit the goal in 7 days, Tommy is Gonzo.
All 2020.
For 2020. Gonzo for the rest of the year. Or maybe for the till the end of time. I don't know. We'll see, man, if we can do it. It's a little fun thing.
Don't you die on me now.
Yeah, so we'll have monetized this tomorrow. We'll have Saturday, we'll have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all next week, and then we'll have another monetized this Friday. So we're gonna have a long time and a lot of time to get that done as far as he goes. Let me tell you something, because I am sick and tired of this guy saying that I bully him and that I'm a scumbag to him, and having his friend say that he's going to kick my ass for being with him and all these other things. Now he wants to kick my ass for not being friends with him. Except Tommy blocked me on everything the other day. He blocked me on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. I don't even know why.
Really?
Yeah. I said I'm not going to block him. I'll still be real friends with him. But obviously the shows are done because his friend is going to say his friend's own words. I'm going to raise your kids and beat you up in front of your wife. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm done with you. And now his friend wants to beat me up because I won't take him back.
Can you make up your mind?
And by the way, we have the screenshots of that. Like, the guy is going to now beat me up for not being friends with Tommy again, even though he told me he'd beat me up if I wasn't friends. It's what do you want? But
you can't win.
There's people everywhere that shit on Tommy, and Tommy never. Why doesn't Danny MT want to beat up all these other people? Why does he only want to fight me? And why does Tommy only have a problem with me? What a fake piece of shit. So anyway, maybe we can ban him off everything forever. But Jake, well, actually, let's play one more dono. Let's play one more dono because we have a lot coming. Guys, I was watching the chat like I'm getting shit ready and the fucking donos were coming in scaring the shit out of me in my headphones. I was like, what the fuck? Ah! Like I was trying to make the goddamn thumbnail stuff and not the thumbnail, but I was trying to make some of the graphics, it's been a while since I've made new graphics, so I'm making graphics, and all of a sudden just fucking shit, bro. And I'm just like, oh my God, what the hell? And I almost pissed my pants.
It just catches you off guard.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh,
no.
A little
Oh
bit
no,
of the
Gallo.
bubbly.
Oh no, Gallo.
Fuck Susan War.
No,
we're doing good.
Google. China good. Google. Oh, Gallo, how dare you, son of a bitch. What are you thinking?
He's almost as cursed as Casey is.
God damn it. We're definitely
What's the donation total for the Tommy NC 2010 ban?
$5,000.
Oh, there we go. See, you couldn't see it at the corner, so the chat wanted to know. Started with Sith Neegan, but you figure in 7 days it can happen.
Hey, listen, it happens or it doesn't. If it doesn't happen, that's okay.
That's okay. But are people really sick of him running his mouth, or do they
don't-
want to see Tommy around? That's the
I
question.
don't know, bro.
The community will decide.
We're gonna find out. They got
Sith
7
Neegan
days.
wanted to know, so I had to ask.
It's a hilarious thing to do. I don't think it's gonna happen. But I didn't think Bullfrog would happen either. So I don't know. But it's got to be bigger than Bullfrog.
Yeah, I didn't think Bullfrogs was, and then everybody blew that out of the water early.
It's more of a joke just to trigger him, like he's at home watching, like what the fuck. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna happen, bro. That ain't gonna happen. I mean, let's be honest.
But it's still fun to
maybe
you
lower
get
it
under his skin.
Lower it to 3,000. We got a chance. Probably maybe. But I don't know. We'll see it. We'll see what happens. Either way, it's gonna be funny.
Speaking of heat backstage, Sammy Guevara is in a rough spot right now because, lo and behold, he threw the chair at Matt Hardy's head, giving him 13 stitches the hard way last night, and he threw the wrong chair. So during Wrestling Observer, Brian Alvarez explains that there were 2 chairs out there. One of them was a traditional folding chair, and the other was one that Sammy would throw, kind of like a Sabu and Matt Hardy was supposed to be, get his arms up in time. That was supposed to be a chair shot, no blood. Well, that's not how it worked. He grabbed the wrong chair in the heat of the moment. He was really excited, threw it with a little extra gusto, and Matt needed 13 stitches. So it was said that when Sammy walked through the curtain, he was chewed out immediately. It's not clear how many people wanted to talk to him, but
wait for the chair throw.
Yeah, because he threw the wrong chair and actually opened him up the hard way with 13 stitches.
But no way, because I saw Matt cutting himself before that.
Oh no, you can see where the chair splits his head open.
Really?
Oh yeah, he reposted it on Instagram as well. There was one slow-mo shot where you see it clip his head.
It looked like the post shot was supposed to be the clear, like that's what busts him open. So then because he clearly bladed after he hit the post.
Yeah, because it doesn't say there's not supposed to be any blood, but it said the chair shot was supposed to have no blood. So
wow.
But yeah, he had 13 stitches from that chair shot.
He blasted him with almost like a random chair throw.
Yeah, and he was supposed to use the other chair that was there. There was two. One for them to throw, which was very light, and he picked up the heavier one, the real bulky, thick folding chair, and whiffed it at him. And as he belayed it towards Matt's face, it hit him right in the corner. And he had his wife take the stitches out on Instagram. So Rebby got to play nurse.
Oh, okay. I got you. Rebby Hardy's hilarious. So,
Oh, yeah. Especially just don't get on her bad side. But Sammy, just coming back, and now he's, ticking off everybody backstage over this. So hopefully he buys Matt some beers and they're able to fix it. But a few people were very upset with Sammy backstage.
Right.
Yeah, but that was a brutal shot. If you go and you rewatch it, as soon as he lets go of the chair, it clips Matt's top left part of his forehead, and just oof.
Go.
You saw the blood on the table when he lifted his head up.
Yeah, it was really pumping out, but I never thought he got hit the hard way.
Yeah, I wasn't convinced either when I first saw it last night.
I gotta look again. I remember the chair though coming in reckless. I do remember that. Wow, that was pretty reckless.
Yeah,
but it looked good. It looked like Matt put his hands up and blocked it.
It looked like he blocked it, but he caught a piece of it. So
fucker. So he bladed and then he got busted open.
I thought he was supposed to bleed
So
there.
weird.
It looked like that's how they were setting it up, but I didn't see the part in which he cut himself, as you said you saw. So, or at least looked like it.
Yeah. I don't know.
But Matt did say, I love when people say plastic chairs don't hurt, and what's worse,
Oh yeah,
So,
you ever been whipped in the back with a plastic chair? Because I have. It's fucking.
Yeah,
sucks.
those things hurt like hell.
Just get whipped with one.
Trying to find the slow-mo one. I mean, it's definitely on his Instagram, but Matt put it up before too. There's a minute long. I guess he's also on his Twitter. It's a recap, and he shows a few different angles of the chair just completely cracking him in the head. So it's right on his Twitter.
I'm looking now. I'm trying to find all these. I can't find these angles that we're seeing here. Maybe this video will. No, I don't see it. I'm trying to find it too, and I'm seeing lots of shit, but I'm just not seeing the one that we're looking for here.
Yeah, it's right on his Twitter.
Oh, his Twitter? I'll find it quick then.
Right on Matt's Twitter.
Well, I'll find it.
It's about 59 seconds long.
That worked even better than they shouldn't even said any of that he got chewed out.
They should have just left it alone. I mean, if he wants to show him getting the stitches out, fine, but they shouldn't have let the story out that it was, a mistake.
Yeah, because it looked good. It looked so good. It was like, that could have just been like, wow, they did it. Because up until now, I just thought, wow, what a great blade job that was. Like, it looked so good and everything was great.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was intentional. It didn't look hard way to me at all, but it looked so damn good. And it really put over Sammy, because Sammy's walking, slowly away, and Matt kind of just sits up slowly, and then you just see the blood continually pour down his face. And that shot of Sammy, walking away the victor, hell of a moment. So that's why color can really add to a match or a segment. It helps build things if done right. Can't be overused, but that was perfect.
Yeah, it looked great. It looked really good, man. I mean, the whole thing, I like that part, that little thing they did. And then Sammy's dive off the stage, like he went sideways and almost landed on his head the wrong way.
Almost killed himself again.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, that was great.
He said when he was gone, that was the one thing he didn't miss was, killing his body every week, getting wasted as he, Grand Theft Auto style.
Dude, he wasted the shit out of himself.
Now he's back to, kicking his own ass. So,
dude, he got waffled.
Speaking of waffled, NXT just, did better obviously than weeks prior, but still about 150,000 less viewers than AEW this week. AEW had 901,000, viewers this week.
Good God, dude.
0.36 in the 18 to 49 demo. That's up from 773 last week. So that's 130,000 new viewers.
Yeah, they both went up.
At least returning viewers.
The guy that crapped on everything earlier, I mean, they both went up. So
yeah, same thing with NXT. NXT went up for about 45,000 viewers or so.
So we can credit. And now I said this last week. I said to somebody we were talking, I don't know, but I said basically it sucks that Eric Bischoff, was leaked out, but in a way let's find out how much that helps them, because everybody's now whispering to everybody, Eric Bischoff on AEW. Are people going to tune in because they just got to see like how weird that is to see Eric Bischoff?
Yeah, what's going to happen? What happens next?
So we know, in my opinion, he drew something. He drew at least 50K to 100K, in my opinion.
Oh, there's a clear correlation in the ratings, especially for that segment. I mean, we knew that Jericho and Orange Cassidy were going to bring in viewers at that point in time anyways.
Well, that's the other thing not to miss is it's hard to say, too, because they did such a great show the week before that, like, damn, it was a damn good show before.
Yeah, it's been kind of that trickle upwards, effect, because 2 weeks ago they had that amazing show. Last week was still pretty good. This week was better than last week. So I mean, here again, we're got a really good solid show on our hands. Can't fault them for that. So
you think a plastic chair doesn't hurt? You think a plastic chair doesn't hurt? Here it is. Here's Joe Cronin getting whooped.
Plastic one.
Listen to it.
Shot right to the face. Oh, and Caleb beating him down. Constantly.
It's a whipping sound of that plastic chair. Okay, so that's me getting beat with a fucking plastic chair. Or how about a box?
Privates in it, we don't know. Oh no, Cronin just got nailed.
It's a box.
A solid steel pizza box.
Look out. You know what that box is? It's a bass drum head box. That's a bass drum head was in that. Yeah, it's empty though. It's empty here.
Oh no.
Hell of a weapon.
Oh,
That's a hell of a sell for getting hit with a box. If you can
box.
Look out for this lethal box. Look out. The box is coming down. Boom. Oh, you would have thought I got hit with a hammer.
Sledgehammer.
Look, I look like I'm out cold. It's a fucking box that's empty.
Hey, use what you have to.
Oh, it's a box that's empty, dude. Oh my God, that's too funny. But yeah, the plastic chair will hurt you. Whenever
didn't start corpsing there and just break out laughing.
I got a backyard wrestling video of me for every example, Jake. Just so you know, for every example, I got
for anything we bring up, we got it covered.
Yes. Oh boy, no, I wasn't 6. Oh, was I 16 there? No, the year was 2002, not 2000. The camera date was wrong. So whatever I wasn't, I was 18. 2002, I was 18. Oh no, I don't know. Fucking whatever. Go ahead, Jake. I'm sorry.
Some math.
Yeah, fuck math.
More math. Yeah, the other thing I was getting into is just we didn't get to talk obviously Monday. I heard your review, but I sound like a madman because I can't make up my mind. I go back and forth. I don't know how to feel about the Raw Underground. It's really bothering me.
It's garbage, is what it is.
I part of me likes a little bit.
Well, I like the
idea of it.
Because, dude, the idea of it works, and Shane hosting is cool, but nothing happened.
Yeah, because Shane, since 2002, wanted a UFC type, part of WWE, and he fought to have, didn't he want to buy the UFC at one point? I think as well. Know. That was at least hearsay, but
nothing.
Yeah, he always wanted this type of real thing, and people were saying, well, it takes away from the other matches because it makes those feel not real. Well, no, it's not presented as if this is real and the other matches aren't, like the Brawl for All. That was the problem with the Brawl for All. This is just presented as up there's a referee. Here, there's no rules. So I appreciate that fact. I think if they tinker with the idea, get rid of the girl dancers and the club music and that shit and treat it more like, Fight Club, even though they broke the first two rules, I think it could be something worthwhile. Like imagine if our, the payoff to it is having something like a UFC style fight between Lesnar and Lashley in the underground. That could be interesting. That could be cool.
Yeah, no, I think
but they would have to really.
But
build,
what they
like
did was horrible. Like that was the debut of it, and it was fucking horrible. Like what were they doing?
Well, that's the thing, and their new faction, the Hurt whatever, they went ahead and took over at the end, and it's like, all right, you guys look strong after a night of total bullshit, losing your titles and looking like morons. So it doesn't really do much for you that you beat up a bunch of nobodies. But if you had established, wrestlers and stars in there, and you had these types of, brawling matches, I think it could work. But I think that they would have to dedicate at least like the last half an hour if they're going to do it straight through. Don't cut back and forth, and actually have other talent go into it with a full plan. Not 70 friggin' jump cuts like they had. That was mind-numbingly painful to watch at times. I think somebody said for a minute and like 30 seconds worth of wrestling that you got for the whole thing, there was 70 or 80 transitions and cuts. That's insane.
It's like, that's what I mean. Like I really did. I liked initially the idea. I got excited. Like, what is this? This is so cool. And then all of a sudden it wasn't cool at all. It was like worse than regular WWE because nothing mattered. They were wrestling and nothing mattered. They didn't do anything fun or special or interesting. And on top of it, the camera was shaking more than usual. And then nothing happened. And then the MVP group just took over the thing at the end of the night. Like, what?
Yeah.
What a big piece of shit. Like, what? Like, you fucking are stupid, like WWE. Like, I guarantee you, someone had a great idea. Let's do this thing called Underground and we'll do these things. And that was a good idea. And then Vince or somebody said, yeah, but let's do it this way instead. And the other thing is, it's all about just being able to use that to cut away from time. You know what I mean? And to make up for time that it's easier to run the show that way. That's why they're doing it. Like somebody's lazy. And then it was just horribly executed. What a fucking waste of time. It was so stupid. Like, I mean, like I'm getting angry because they fucked it up again badly. They fucked it up again badly. It was incredibly bad how they fucked it up. Good idea, but incredibly bad how they fucked it up. Like, how do you fuck things up that bad? It's your fault. I'm starting to think it's your fault.
But that's the problem. They really, the execution was terrible, but the idea was good. So I don't want to completely, can it yet and, say, all right, I hate it, never show it again. But maybe, give it another week or so. I guarantee it'll be a failed, test and it'll turn into mush and they'll have to get rid of it. Think about how many things they had. Raw's Darker, a third hour, the electric chair with, Sammy, all this stuff that never works out. So, but I just saw something with like, oh, this is a little different. This could be interesting. But yet again, execution leaves a lot to be desired.
If AEW did AEW Underground, it would be awesome. In fact, I think AEW should do it. I think they should make fun of Raw and then do their own one better, where they go. I mean, the Impact already did it with EC3 kind of, but I think AEW should go. We're gonna bring something new. Every once in a while. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, AEW, like Below Ground or Dark Ground or something like you know what I mean. And they go into the basement, and there's like two like posts, and and there's just a cellar floor, and they literally have Fight Club, and they shoot Fight Club style stuff, but they shoot it their way, and I guarantee you it comes out like that was wicked cool. And a guy gets bloody, and they're beating each other, and they choreograph it all, but they make it seem like it's a real fight. And then at the end, the guy goes, "Listen, man, I'll just give up, and you can win, bro. I just don't want to go to the hospital. Fuck it, you win." And the other guy goes, "I win when I say I win. Fuck you," or something. Then he punches him and fucking blood hits the camera and it cuts. And then Gerald's like, "Good God, what in the world how is Tony Khan allowing this?" Hey,
now
listen,
you got an action movie, and who you put in there
God.
is your Lance Archers and your Darby Allins, and you got a playground for those crazy bastards.
Yeah, dude. And oh my God, I don't know, bro. It's just that's something. See, AEW would do it better. I would do it. You would do it better. We'd all do it better. But WWE is dumb.
I just saw a lot of possibility with this, and I know people are like, "Oh, it's stupid to have quote unquote real fights in a show that's already fake fights." But don't make it real fights. Just make it not less of a shoot, more hardcore, like no rules, no DQ. So the only rule is it's not pinfall. You're fighting till your person's unconscious or quits. That's
Yeah.
it. That's, that I think would work in some, but again, they just can't execute anything. You look at the lack of star power currently. You look at, who they had even close to 1 year ago. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg was still around, The Undertaker, Roman Reigns, John Cena was still appearing, Becky Lynch. Who else is gone right now?
Booty Lynch.
Charlotte's gone, she's out now. So they're just down so many of their bigger stars, and they're not doing anything to build up any of the younger talent. The rest of that show was a nightmare. It's not even like the Underground was good. I was just intrigued by the idea of it, but I mean, my Christ, just nauseating.
I would love.
to
I
see
hope.
them
I hope,
ruin everything.
dude. I hope Luther gets raped by a pack of dogs. Okay, please.
That'll be his ultimate death match.
Yeah, right.
So Marty Jannetty, we've talked about before, and he came out basically saying that he murdered a gentleman in self-defense. He was 13, went to a bowling alley to get some weed, and the gentleman brought him out back and then started to drag him to his van, tried to rape him, and he forced the guy off and beat him to death with a brick, is what Marty's saying, and then dragged his body to the river, disposed of his body, and
he's got nothing to worry about then.
yeah, he said he's got satisfaction over the incident after his latest shocking confession. That's the latest headlines. But he went on a podcast and was just open and honest about everything. He said that the man tried to restrain him, and that's when he grabbed a brick and hit the man in the head. He didn't deserve to die, but he did deserve to get his ass beat. And his intention was not to kill the man. While I was beating him in the head with a brick, I was only trying to beat his ass. I wasn't trying to kill him. And
Fuck it. He tried to fucking abduct you. Fuck it.
then Marty says, "Oh, I admit I'm not supposed to do any interviews about this. People told me not to." And then he continues to say,
No, he
"Can you
knows
imagine dragging a guy who just told you tried to fuck you in the ass? Can you imagine dragging him to the river and throwing him in? And then you hear this guy's missing? They do. And then more than that. That really affected me bad. I made my mind up that day. He didn't even do it in the dark, So really, really crazy friggin' quote there.
Good God, man.
How dark and deep is that?
Well, man, if it's true that the guy tried to rape him and abduct him or whatever, then fuck it. I'm not fucking worried at all about that. But if the guy, was just drunk, I don't know if the guy, if he made that up and he really just killed the guy for no reason, and he just says this, then that's a murder that's creepy. But even then, he can't be taken to jail now. It's too late. He was 13, so he was a minor.
He was a minor, but I don't know if there's a statute of limitations on.
I think it's like 15 years on that type. I mean, he's a minor.
I don't know.
But Marty Jannetty every year does this. Every year he's
says
he's
going
gonna
to assaults before. He's threatened to kill people.
Yeah,
and
I'll choke a hooker. Like maybe I'll just choke the hooker to death and keep her in my house. Like he said something like that once or something like that. I'm not sure.
It was. I remember
Don't
being
quote me
extremely
on
dark.
that, but-
It was a couple years back, and he's done these type of like attention-seeking cries for help before.
Yeah, he hasn't been talked about in a while. I think it is.
And if you notice, when this all started, he was talking about some girl that he loved but no longer is in the picture.
Uh-huh.
So I bet you that had something to do with it. That was probably the catalyst that made him snap this time.
Stephanie McMahon attacked by Marty Jannetty. I remember this video. Let's see.
And shit have Twitter accounts that have more than his actual Twitter account. So it's hard to identify the real Marty Jannetty where he is. But 411 Mania, at least, reporting this as value in Jannetty that we didn't get to see. Something. He's like, did that bitch just say what I think I just heard on Raw? Steph, should I remind the world all them kids might not be hunters?
Oh.
I mean, maybe I'm just reading it that way. I don't know. It is Black History Month.
So bad.
But anyway.
I was basically making fun of the fact that Marty Jannetty talks like he's black.
Yeah, real thick ebonics. He's 60,
Yeah, Marty Jannetty speaks like you would think that, I don't even know, dude, like you would think that he's black the way the way he types.
Yeah, like seriously.
He speaks ebonics. I mean, he speaks with a with a.
It's hard to decipher. Some
he
of his
uses
Facebook
slang.
ramblings.
He uses he uses the African American slang. In the thing about
But
Stephanie.
he kind of has his own little weird language too, because he'll abbreviate things. And
then he's got made up words that he just makes. It's like he borrows from every language, like every slang he borrows from. He borrows from like Irish slurs, like African American, like different language. He talks like a Southern white guy. He's all over the place. Every bad version of the English language, this guy's got it down. Like every version. Hillbilly hick, he's got it all. It's all there for him. And I remember ranting about that. Like, this guy's hilarious. He like takes all the worst like slurs and weird.
Well, that's the thing here, because he's talking at the end of the post on Facebook where he confesses to killing this individual. He says, sorry, it's really tiny. He says, but I promised myself, back then no one would ever hurt me again. This includes you. I loved you, but you hurt me with your effing Jamaican jealousy.
Wow.
You can go your own way. I don't need you. And he has a picture of him with some girl. So I think that's what made him snap.
Jamaican me crazy.
Jamaican me crazy. Yeah, I think that's the real issue. So God knows if the murder charge is even real. The police are investigating now. We'll find out. But not every day you see somebody post online, especially somebody well-known, that says, hey, by the way, I was almost raped at the age of 13 trying to purchase drugs and killed a man.
Thanks for the job, Shawn Michaels. Thanks for the job. You could have maybe gotten me a job in anywhere. But no, Shawn Michaels. What would you be without Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels? He helped a little bit. You just left him in a trailer with a needle in his arm, Sean. But yeah, what would Jesus do, right? What would Jesus do, Shawn Michaels? What would Jesus do, Shawn Michaels? You know what Jesus would do is he'd go help out Marty Jannetty a little bit. That's what Jesus would do. You fake Christian piece of shit, and I love you. You're my favorite wrestler ever, but God, people are fake. Why don't you go help Marty? Huh?
Yeah, Jeff's right.
Mr. WrestleMania!
Meth head Mongoloid speak. That's exactly what it is.
Meth head Marty. Why don't you go help meth head Marty out, God damn it, Sean? Go help out meth head Marty.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some
Son
bubbly?
of a bitch.
Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Good evening. Tonight is glorious. The Bullfag banned even further from the community. Speaking
banned.
of the community, much love to you all. Take my hand, believe in the Greater Goon.
The Greater Goon. The Bullfrog got banned like a while ago, bro.
Yeah.
I
believe in the goon.com.
Pretty sure. When did Bullfrog got banned? Months ago, dude. I don't know. Did you miss the episode? The Goon. The Goon didn't
Funny
miss
enough.
it.
Well, maybe because you just re-aired that episode this week.
Oh, right. I just re-aired it. You're right. I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah. That actually was an old episode, Goon. That was from May 15th or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was the 15th, we determined.
Yeah. Sean. I love Sean. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. But what would Jesus do? He would help meth head Marty.
Well, speaking of Twitter interactions, Kylie Ray randomly said this comment. She said, me seeing all the wrestlers Jim Cornette used to crap on rise above and constantly succeed time and time again. She adds a gif, so beautiful. So then Cornette comes back and completely houses her. He says, rise above what? To succeed as what? Sketch comedy? Skateboarding? High school theater? Also, who the fuck are you again? More people have bought tickets to watch me take a shit. Mind your manners, chickadee.
I mean, so can I? Are we just gonna stereotype every character's thing? Like, okay, Darby Allin goes out and has a wrestling match, and then something happens at the end, but because he rides a skateboard to the ring, Jim Cornette has a problem. So if you're making fun of Jim Cornette the same way, you'd be like, yeah, well, you're gonna go pay to watch Jim Cornette do a soap opera thing with his tennis racket. Like, it's the same thing. You're fucking full of shit, Jim Cornette. I love you, but you're full of shit there.
It's funny just to see, I don't know why she started this to begin with, but she went after him, and I'm sure he'll have some recording in his podcast. Kylie Ray. She was the one that started.
Oh, well, Kylie Ray, isn't that the smiley bitch?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what, Kylie
That
Ray?
left
Go fuck
AEW.
yourself. Fuck Impact Wrestling. Fuck your stupid, ugly, smiley face. And fucking Bailey lookalike fucking idiot who couldn't get along with anybody in the AEW because you suck. You have fun in the fucking sinking ship of Impact Wrestling, you fucking goddamn kangaroo motherfucker. Isn't she from Australia? She from Australia?
I don't know. I think
tell
so.
me.
From the land down under. And speaking of why the ratings are so
Fuck 'em.
high, because Excalibur's not there. Somebody said that in the chat earlier, but that's the truth.
She said the N-word.
Gorilla Strong made a great point. You said Excalibur was told by the promoter to say it, all those years ago. Both him and Kevin Steen Owens said it.
I was told by Tommy C to say it.
Excalibur said he had stepped away and that Tony Khan had no issue with him. He didn't want to be the center of attention. And that makes sense because no one has said, we sent him for sensitivity training or, anything had to be done. It looks like he just made a personal choice to step away currently.
What a pussy.
Sith said no. Kylie Ray is from Chicago. So
Oh, really? Well,
not from the land.
why don't you
down
go
under.
shoot somebody, you fucking idiot?
No shrimp on the Barbie.
Go shoot somebody, you leading fucking place of violence. I hate her. I don't know. She's annoyed the shit out of me. She's here, she's here, she's here, she's there. And a little smiley face. Stop it.
Well, this might make you smile. Continuing with the trend of women, Daily DDT did an interview with Vicky Guerrero. She let everybody know that she signed a contract with AEW.
Oh!
So that's official now. So that's good news. She said, no hesitation on my part, put it that way. I retired from WWE in 2014. My focus was not to return to them. We had just a lot of difference on opinions and things going on. If I wasn't going to be for AEW, I don't think I would be anywhere else. So that's a huge statement for her to say that, if it wasn't for them giving me this opportunity, then I would not be going back to wrestling.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Because WWE's been done with her. The only thing WWE would do with her is bring her back every once in a while to go, excuse me.
Well, I guess at
How
one
done
point,
on me?
she had another offer to do something a few years ago, but didn't go continue with WWE because she was still not thrilled with them.
Blech.
Yeah, right. I've heard your feedback on the Pat McAfee stuff. It's been entertaining. I liked what they did on NXT. Did you see NXT last night or today?
Yeah, and I saw that it actually was pretty well done, to be honest.
I thought that was well executed. I'll give them that much. The kick looked good. The build up all night. Pat said, I leave my honeymoon to come and basically,
if they didn't botch the interview, if they didn't botch the original fight interview thing so much, it would have been way more believable.
Yeah. I mean, but still, people are still thinking it's legit. So
people are fucking retarded. Are you kidding me?
Well, we know that, but people still think it's not a work and totally these two hating each other. But Pat did accept Triple H's challenge. You played Triple H's offer to Pat earlier today on your live show.
Yeah.
And Pat McAfee went ahead on Twitter from his honeymoon and said that he accepts. So he let us know that Adam Cole and him worked things out before this, in between when he was at the studio. So he thought things were good. They were going to, go to the studio, hug it out. And then next thing he knows, he's being berated and assaulted with a bottle. And that's it. He had to, defend himself. So I like the way Pat's handling this here. He's very charismatic on the mic. So he works well in this environment. And they're really portraying him as the heel, which is unique because usually anybody that comes in from an outside perspective is booked as the face. So seeing him be the heel here and having it be a time to transition Undisputed Era into faces is a really interesting possibility. If that's how they handle it, which is how I'm feeling it's being portrayed, I think this could be really interesting. At least, going forward with their main roster debut, we'll see. But
yeah, I think the whole thing is I think people are starting to worry that NXT is about to turn a corner, though. And I think they are. I think NXT is turning a corner into leaving what we knew, what was more about like having these all-out, non-stop action wrestling matches that left the crowd screaming. And I think we're about to enter more of the Triple H Attitude Era. And I feel I don't know if that's true, but I
Could
feel
be.
like
I mean,
seriously, I feel like we're about to get into that more than the wrestling match.
I'd like to see them be less reactionary to what AEW is doing.
I think this is a reaction to what AEW is doing.
Yeah, and that's the problem for me because they were doing great beforehand when they were online on the network. That was a great show to watch every week. Granted, it was a smaller format or shorter format, so the smaller dose was easier to consume, but it worked very well. People weren't complaining. It was like, every week you caught up with NXT, and then you got to the takeovers. You had these decent builds and these amazing takeover shows. It was always entertaining. It was never below a 7.
Right.
And since it's been on TV, it's been pretty consistent, but because they're so reactionary, they're not planning things as long-term, I feel, as they used to. I feel like they're kind of trying to hot shot some of these angles at times, and then they don't have anything for a few weeks, and they fall to the wayside again, trying to build up the next big feud. So
another problem is, well, not another problem, but one other negative is that, In Your House was kind of one of the worst NXT takeovers ever. Top 3, 5 worst NXT takeovers. I got to give it to...
yeah, and it wasn't bad either, but it just didn't compare to what we're used to.
Oh, God. Daryl Stoltz, Sith Neegan. Just, by the way, Sith Neegan is listed at the top because he is the largest producer. We have a lot of $25 producers, but Sith Neegan's at the $100 spot. That's the largest patron on all of my Patreon, so we're just leaving up Sith Neegan's name there. Rumor has it that Undisputed Era will turn on Adam Cole after he loses to McAfee, and Adam Cole will go to the main roster. Strong, O'Reilly, and Fish staying in NXT. And maybe they'll have...
That kind of coincides with what I was reading, hearing, and seeing. Because it could be that's a possibility, or they stay together all as faces. But seeing Adam Cole transition into a face role, whether he's attacked by his former allies and really a sympathetic babyface that way, or somehow loses to Pat, we'll see what happens. But either way, I'm not holding my breath for what they're going to do on the main roster.
Maybe the guys that blew up the stuff in the back, maybe that's going to be Pat's new... Maybe he's going to be here with a faction. Maybe he's leading that faction.
Oh, the rumor that, again, grain of salt here with that, but that supposedly is Candice and Johnny Gargano and Dominic Dijakovic and Tommaso Ciampa.
What?
That's what was being rumored the other day, that it would be those 4 together.
There definitely was a girl.
Definitely a female.
Yeah, there was definitely that one girl there. So yeah, wow.
But that was the chatter going around that, it's going to be Candice LeRae, Johnny, Tommaso, and Dominic, because they're going to move Dominic up. So
wait, and they're going to go to the main roster with that group?
Yes.
Oh, because it was on Raw. You're right. Oh, wow. Oh.
Not sure how I feel about that one, though. Holy crap.
Frog off.
AU is always a much more exciting and fun show.
Yes.
NXT seems dull and boring. 810 AU.
Frog off. Shout out to a Wandry. 8 out of 10 says Sam High Skyrider F. Sam High Skyrider, man. Thank you very much, Sam, for the $20. Did he tie Kevin Daly? He did tie Kevin Daly. So Sam High Skyrider. We gotta put Sam on there too, I guess. Here you go, Sam. Sam.
Bruce in the chat says Pat has a big podcast. He ain't losing. I mean, we've seen celebrities and movie stars come in and lose as well, but his podcast, the show itself, ranges anywhere around, it seems like 150 to 200,000 views. Some of them are up at 400,000, but I mean, so he's doing sometimes, rarely, but sometimes half of what NXT is doing on YouTube. So
yeah,
I guess to them that's a worthwhile trade-off.
It's back when we used to beat
a little bit of the bubbly.
Wrestling.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
What's up, Joe and Big Sexy Papa Pump Jake? When I noticed I start to get headaches from reading retarded shit on Twitter, I get off, just like when I seen someone made a petition because Bray attacked Alexa. It's still real to some people.
Yes, Brokenlion. There was a couple hundred people that signed said petition wanting Bray to get basically, punished for female violence on SmackDown.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God. Well, hey, oh! No, I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious. Glorious! I will defend. He's glorious.
I'm fucking Bobby Roode! Triple H wants to fuck me!
Glorious! Both AEW and NXT being up shows that interest was up this week, which is a good sign. Bischoff's appearance was a one-time only thing. He confirmed this on his 83 Weeks podcast. Only question is, what guy could fill the commissioner role if they ever did it?
Eric Bischoff, man.
Yeah, I think he'd be spot on perfect. Yeah, we said that earlier. That this is a one-off thing for him, but I certainly jump on your bandwagon there and agree.
I think they need somebody just to take the heat off of Cody and them. Otherwise, it seems like they're running it, but they're on it. So it just give us the perception that it's somebody else. And I think it will help, even though, we know it's not really that way. I mean, it's still real to us, damn it. I mean,
straight. And with the point before with Alexa Bliss, she's not going to play Sister Abigail. That's not happening. Anybody who's anybody that knows a little bit has made sure to confirm that, but that's not the case. People keep saying it, but the only reason that she was allowed to be attacked by the Fiend is because she's the only one close to Braun. There's no one else in kayfabe storyline that he's teamed up with or has any relation to, excluding Bray Wyatt, because the rest of the Wyatt family are not, not in the company anymore.
Right.
So there's nobody else that they can use. And that's kind of the thing we're stuck with at this point. So because of that, they're utilizing the relationship that he had with Alexa, and Braun, obviously is going to try and save her. This builds up to their SummerSlam match more. So WWE was okay with it. But next time it comes to, man on woman violence, they won't be. So it just depends on what story they're trying to tell and what kind of mood they're in, I guess.
That's crazy, man. I don't.
I know. WWE hired a
I don't
new
care
chief
about it
revenue
either.
officer as well, Joe.
Oh, this is a big one. Yeah, I know who this is. This is crazy.
Nick Khan. No relation to the,
I heard it was a relation.
No, I heard that as well originally, but that is not true.
Then fuck it then. Oh, man, it was so exciting.
Yeah, SEC filings indicate that Khan is making $1.2 million per year, and for signing on to join WWE staff, he has a $5 million signing bonus.
Jesus.
He's also eligible to participate in the WWE discretionary bonus plan that's based on company performance. So the annual target bonus is $1.9 million, which will be prorated for calendar year 2020 based on Khan's first day of work. So basically, they'll start from where he entered, and then from there, he can earn bonuses depending on how well WWE does. So Nick Khan, no relation to Shad Khan, will start his new position on August 31st, 2020. So this is the hole they're trying to fill that George Barrios and Michelle Wilson left. So
wow.
They're also paying for Khan to move from California to Connecticut, and they're setting him up in company housing for 6 months. I don't even think Bischoff got that kind of deal to pay for his family's move or to go ahead and get anything. My God,
Jesus
they really
Christ.
want this guy.
Good Lord, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck is this guy? Is this guy's dick made of gold? They're going to chop it off and sell it?
It must be, because they're really going after him hard.
Oh, my God, man.
But yeah, apparently he's a huge get for them. And originally, when I had heard it from a few people, it was like, oh my God, direct relation to the Khan family. That's insane. And I was like, oh, now this is interesting. You got an inside man, for both sides. He could tell WWE secrets, or they could, tell tell him AEW secrets, that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, we're not getting that type of espionage playing out here.
Yeah, it's too bad. It would have been
If
funny.
there was a relation, though, I think that would have been great. That would have been straight fire for, speculation and tabloid,
Do you know how many
It would have been
cons
so
there
much
are?
fun.
There's like Khan is like, God, that's like one of the most popular last names in the world. Got to be top 10 or something.
I'm sure. I know it has to be up there.
It's like Khan, McCarthy. I don't know. Like what's another one? I don't know.
Smith.
Joe probably is a popular. That's a first name. So
The 100 most popular American last names is Garcia, Martinez, Robinson, Clark, Rodriguez, Lewis, Lee, and Walker.
really, American
Yes. 100
Garcia.
most popular American last names. It says 50 most those are the most popular. If you go to the most common,
What is it,
it's Smith, Johnson, Williams, Brown, Jones, Garcia, Miller, and Davis.
Garcia. Damn, how many Mexicans hopped over that wall? It's hilarious.
Apparently enough to be most common.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But yeah, over the world, I mean, it's got to be like Muhammad. That's a first name. That's a popular first name. Even probably last name. John Muhammad. Annie Muhammad. Khan. What's Patel? Patel's another one in India. There's got to be a million Patels.
Most of them are all, if I go to the top 10 names for worldwide,
Yeah.
it's all of like, Eastern descent. So Wang, Zhang, Liu, Yang.
Yeah, I would have thought
And coming in
Wang.
last is Kumar.
Kumar. Fuck you, you racist asshole. What's up, Al Gallo? Joe Muhammad Cronin. Yeah, maybe I'll change my name to Jesus. Jesus Cronin. Jesus.
Well, while we're talking about Muhammad, we'll jump over to Mustafa Ali.
Okay.
Yeah. Just keep that train rolling.
I like
Vince
Mustafa.
McMahon, apparently, according to WrestlingNews.co, Vince has given up on Mustafa Ali already.
Well, I mean,
He got a nice win on his return in that 6-man tag when he beat up, everybody there. And then he's been treated like an afterthought yet again.
Yep.
Basically, he had that time to shine where he was going to be in Kofi's spot for Mania and was supposed to, possibly go to WrestleMania and fight for the championship. And then it got switched to Kevin Owens. And then he got injured, so he got taken out. Kofi replaced him, and that's what led to Kofi's wonderful win last year, or year before at WrestleMania, excuse me. But since then, we haven't seen Mustafa Ali do anything. They lost the Mustafa part of his name. Then he got injured. Then he was off TV for quite some time. And then they did these vignettes where he was going to be the hacker that was returning, causing trouble in the background. And then they dropped that storyline, moved him to Raw, then moved him back to SmackDown. He moved to Raw because he wanted to be part of Paul Heyman's Raw. Then Paul Heyman left. So this guy just can't catch a break, or got fired, I should say, didn't leave. And then Heyman's let go. So now Mustafa Ali was transferred back to SmackDown. Then they brought him back to Raw. And now he's doing nothing.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
They've had him involved in damn near a dozen scrapped or demolished storylines at this point in time. It's ridiculous. He's not even on the B level. He's on the C level. It feels like, and that's real unfortunate.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Also, keeping up with the same site, Wrestling News, they said there were problems at SmackDown taping this week. So we heard and we had reported last week and the week before that things backstage ever since the COVID outbreak have just been tumultuous. Scripts are being destroyed day of or minutes before they're supposed to start taping. People are having to come back multiple times to Performance Center for tapings instead of just showing up one day and getting it all done at once. So people have to keep re-isolating themselves and quarantining, and it's just been a real hassle for everyone involved. So they were supposed to do double tapings, 2 for Raw, 2 for SmackDown. And they taped the first episode of this Friday's SmackDown, but taping that, apparently, Meltzer explained, was a total disaster. He said things happened. I don't know if it was test-related or what. There were key people on SmackDown that were scripted into the show and ended up having the script torn apart and redone anyways, just as Raw was. So they made a call to only tape 1 SmackDown show instead of 2 on Tuesday. It was a complete mess, And so now that show is on Friday. So now everybody has to come back Friday to tape the next show.
Good luck to them. I mean, they don't have no Fight Club on Fridays. So what are they gonna cut to?
I mean, this Friday they confirmed Bray Wyatt will be back to the Firefly Funhouse after attacking Alexa Bliss. We're going to get Matt Riddle taking on Sheamus, which I'm interested to see. And then Jeff Hardy is going to start his feud taking on King Corbin. So that'll get more jump-started.
That'll put some butts in the seats. But you know what, man? Somebody in the chat said that I don't like Mustafa Ali, and that's bullshit. Because I've been saying for a while that he sells like HBK and that I like Mustafa Ali, but I'm sick of them pulling out of him every second. And then I said
that stop-start mentality kills any push he has.
And when he won the other week, I went, all right, he got featured just like Bianca Belair. So now he's got now it's on, right? And then the next week they did nothing. And now I don't care. Just like Dolph Ziggler. I compared it to Dolph Ziggler. You care, they don't care, 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 you don't care, they try, that you don't care, nobody cares.
It seems like you need to be an established star in WWE to make it nowadays. You have to come in with a gimmick that's already certified or, tested and true.
Yeah.
Even that doesn't always resonate and work out because it depends on how they handle the gimmick, like the broken gimmick. That could have been handled a lot better. But it seems like that's what's needed. When you come to the company, AJ Styles had a following. That's basically what I'm getting at. So
let's listen to Stone Cold for a minute.
Do you think it's missing in today's wrestling because it was a lot more ring stuff
at any one time? And it, to me, is just maybe I'm not picking on today's product, but I'm just think the spontaneity is lost. Like that feeling that anything could happen is lost. Mm-hmm. And if you can bring that back and create that excitement, I don't think you need to go to, filling up, this with that or crushing, things. Braun Strowman has done some really cool things with his displays of strength, turning shit over and stuff like that. That's all cool. Sense of urgency, I think, is the most important part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was there ever any stunt that got brought up that you were like, no, this is too far?
No, I never said that, but I'll never forget I was recovering from my neck surgery, and I've been eating a lot of enchiladas and drinking a lot of beer. Weighed about 275.
Sounds amazing.
And they said, we need you in Charlotte. You're gonna drop a big parking block on the DX bus. And luckily that went to post. But anyway, I went out there and learned how to drive everything like I just told you. Mm-hmm. But what they didn't show me was when I was learning, they had the arm tilted down like this so I could swing that cement girl.
I thought he was going to give a better take on it. Maybe this is the clip. Let's see if this is it.
The way they sped the business up, and just like the football moves faster with the no-huddle offenses. Almost everybody's doing that these days, from high schools, colleges to pros. So the business of pro wrestling has changed as well, sports entertainment, because that's what it is. It used to be pro wrestling. This is sports entertainment. So you got guys who are setting up these matches, and they're doing more than we did back in the day because there has to be that communication process because you can't call all that stuff in a ring. As you're going because they're doing so much. But with that being said, the action is fine. As long as you have time to sell the action, it means something, and you're not telegraphing your moves. When guys just start feeding into stuff and just, throwing up their arms, waiting for the guy to grab hold of him, bounce out, look for the guy to give him a bump, not properly do a blind feed. But
which, by the way, happens every fucking week now. You can see. If someone doesn't move it the exact way they're expected to, the other person's already moving. It's weird. Never seen anything like some of the wrestling that we see weekly now.
Yeah, it's very true.
It's goofy.
When all the pieces are already lined out, but then it's the guys just, like you said, painting by the numbers, going through the motions, it looks exactly like that. I go back to Flair, and it's you can go back on YouTube, Flair versus Wyndham, 11/4/87 or 4/11/87 is the date. Watch that match. It's about 15 minutes a match. It was my match of the week way back in the day. But you watch what Flair and Wyndham are doing. They'd worked with each other, who knows, countless times. Flair's calling in the ring. Obviously, a few things are set up. But watch the execution of that match versus anything currently going on in the ring. And I only say this not to be the bitter veteran. I had my run. I'm done. But I'd like to see the guys go back to that quality of work, which is premier and just helps the watching, viewing, believability, and experience of what they're doing today. They've got to take a step back, maybe slow down a frog's hair, but Jesus Christ, man, don't telegraph all your moves. It's a big disconnect. Wade, I want you to watch that match. Yeah. Flair won them in 87, but it worked for Greg, and Greg was a damn good worker. A little bit undersized, but a ton of fire.
Two skilled players with joysticks in their hands, controllers in their hands, stated reference there, play, and they're 50-50. It's now I'm going to do this spot and that spot, but
than the guys are having, because they're sticking to the task at hand. They're being vicious. They're selling like crazy for each other, and they're telling better stories. And that's my opinion. I don't know if you agree with it or not.
Oh, I totally do. And they're actually wrestling.
Exactly.
They're on the mat doing wrestling moves. Time getting out of that headlock. Like that's just
So one of the other things that I've heard Stone Cold say is about the scripts and about how, nobody can really develop into a character because everybody sounds so goddamn robotic and the same. And I mean,
it's not the land of the free, do what you want.
Yeah.
Make the best of yourself anymore.
We've said the same thing, but to hear Stone Cold say it, it's like, wow, yeah, like they really aren't. There's no
once
room.
He says it, then it's stated. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like there's something, one of the reasons why wrestlers get popular is because they give you a little piece of themselves in what they're doing and saying, and eventually you have this ability to connect with it or whatever, or to feel what they're doing. But when you are watching a wrestler just read a script that was written by the same guy who wrote some other script and another guy's script and that guy's script, you don't ever get to feel like you did for anybody.
That's like telling Bob Ross to paint by numbers. Sure, it'll come out nice, but it's unoriginal, and it's been seen 1,000 times, and anybody can do it. Anybody can paint by numbers. But when you have him create a masterpiece by, the will of his hands and whatever thought comes to his head, that's a completely different story. That's unpredictable, unparalleled, and really next level most often. And they're just not giving people that chance to shine because they're so afraid of failure. If something doesn't get over within a week, they scrap it. What happened to giving things a chance to succeed? And they're really killing things off quick now in this COVID area, or time, I should say, because with no audience being there, they're really scrapping projects that they feel don't work due to Twitter reactions. And it's just like you really got to let things fester a little bit, give it a chance, or try and at least listen to some feedback and adjust. They're not doing that though. They just, here it is. You don't like it, too bad. Then we'll get rid of it.
Yeah, it's been. It's all over the place. Sometimes they pull the cord too quick. They start things, they stop them. They start things, they stop them because of fans. They start them, they stop them because of themselves for no reason.
We love wrestling. We want to see them succeed. We want to see them do better, obviously. And that's why, the Raw Underground thing, you have so many people throwing these brilliant ideas at you. Utilize them. AJ Styles says that, here's what I think you should do. Reminded me of Lionheart, where Jean-Claude Van Damme was fighting the dude in the pool. Go all over. Have a fight in the tennis court, the parking garage, stuff like that. I don't know if I necessarily agree with him, but it's more suggestions. People are giving you ideas. Gather these and really, him and haw it over and figure out how to make the product better. But instead, they just want to, what can we get by that the sponsors will be okay with and the fans will just keep on in the background.
Right.
They're not driven to succeed, and that's a huge issue as well.
Yeah,
they made more money than they have in most quarters because they're not putting on live shows, because they're taping everything in house. They're saving and making so much more revenue, making more money than they've made, and yet they had to let so many people go because of worries of a pandemic. But still, they're making and reporting.
Goddamn, Mike Chioda is still gone.
Yeah.
Mike Chioda is gone.
There's a lot of people still furloughed and not back yet.
That's crazy. This guy's a legend referee. Like a legend. Like what? Bimbo Baggins.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
Welcome back, Jake, you sexy crescent fresh motherfucker.
Ooh.
I don't pity Brandy bitch boy Janela or any butthurt SJW over at AEW. Wokeness will be AEW's downfall.
It could be, man. It really could break them up. It's not good, Bimbo Baggins.
Bimbo, thank you so much. Yeah, that's the story now.
Pounding it in there.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, relax, Tommy. You're not banned yet, Tommy.
Brandy Rhodes deactivates her Twitter account is flying, through the news feed everywhere.
Really?
And I guess it is over the fact that she introduced the membership fee of $49 for the AEW Heels promotion. She couldn't handle the backlash.
Jesus.
Coming to Mass for birthday, know any good weed shops?
Coming to Mass for your birthday, know any good weed shops? Realist 1, thank you for the $2.99. Yes, I do. There's a lot of good ones. Weed for sale, Mass. Let me get the list.
He's going on Craigslist. Hold on.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah. Well. I guess I meant like illegal ones. You can only.
I know.
Buy
I was just joking, but
yeah, you can only buy it at the dispensaries or whatever, right? So.
But they have all these people throwing ideas at them for things. I really wish they would just listen up and try.
Okay, so it depends on where you're going in Mass, but
yeah, you got quite a few options.
You got a lot of places.
Super chat.
Spread love. Negative $2 on Tommy Ban.
Oh, the goon dropping it on Tommy, baby. I would check out.
Super Chat Party.
Sweet as bro join the Dark Order. Oh, die Tom. Smiley face. Hugging face.
What up, Mike Stinson? What's up, dude? Sweet as, bro. Sweet as. Yeah. Oh, God, die, Tom. I just saw that part. Oh, my God. Good God almighty, dude. That's crazy. That's some savagery right there.
Savage indeed.
I don't know why I'm not getting all the dispensaries I'm supposed to. I'm looking at the list. This ain't even right.
No? That's weird.
Yeah. It's not even telling me the right. Oh, now it's... what is going on? What are they blocking the ability to look up weed?
Nowadays, you never know. You could say something outlandish and I could be calling you crazy.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Doesn't mean it won't happen.
Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. What is going on?
Sorry, I meant Google China, Google China. China loves Google and Google loves China. So Sammy has heat for throwing a chair? This is the same company that allowed a Canadian destroyer off a ladder onto a table. Fuck Joey Nutella, he blocked me.
Oh man, he blocked you too? He blocked me a while back, but then he followed me. But now he got banned on Twitter and now he doesn't know it's me, so what are you gonna do?
Gotta get him to he's off social media now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Super chat.
So what's up with this Marty Jannetty killing a guy?
Mario Rodriguez, thanks for the $2. Yeah, he didn't kill him. I mean, we talked about it already. We already talked about it, really. But as far as marijuana,
Super Chat
try Comcan.
Party.
Try them. Oh shit!
Janela is a wussy for leaving Twitter because he can't handle the trolls or any kind of criticism, and he has always been that way since you blocked me for saying back down Janela, which is more true than ever now.
Yeah, he really is. He proved us right. Joey Janela is a back down Janela. Damn.
Dildo asses.
Oh, Leah. Oh, my God. Sam.
He was blocking everybody at one point, too. I mean, it's certainly seen that way. Thank you, Sam. High Skyrider, so much.
Yeah, that will put Sam High Skyrider at the high spot for the top donation of the stream.
High Skyrider F. Can't forget the F.
That's true. F.
For fucking awesome.
Fuck. For fornication. Unbelievable. Sam with the $30. He is currently the JCS Digital Champion.
Oh, quick little update. Dexter Loomis, you
want to see my dick?
Ankle.
I'll take my dick out right now.
No, you didn't.
I'm Sean View Entertainment. And you want to see my dick?
You want to see my dick? You want to see my prick?
Do you want to see my dick? I will show you my penis. I'm Sean's View. Don't screw with me, or else I'll show you my pee-pee. Do you want to see my dick?
You want to see it, Brian? You want to see my dick? Want to see my prick for educational purposes? I'll show it to you right now. Here's my dick, my cock, my cock.
iScene's Viewant has confirmed CM Punk returns to WWE Underground.
Oh my God, Sean's View Entertainment, unbelievable, unbelievable. Hold on, let me just type this in right now. Let me just type this in. CM Punk returns with an exclamation point. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You heard it here first.
Oh my God. Let's just search, ladies and gentlemen. Let's search. Oh, wait a second. Let's search Sean's View. I'm going to type in the words Sean's View Entertainment, CM Punk returns. Look at this. Oh my God. Look at this. Oh my God, Sean's View. You predicted it 4 months ago. CM Punk returns to WWE after WrestleMania 36.
We're still waiting.
Oh, wait. Here's a year ago. The great one, CM Punk returns to WWE 2019. Oh, good job, Sean. He really returns. Oh, wait. Here's another one. Oh, look at this. Oh, my God. Holy shit. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff right here.
3 months ago.
This is crazy right here. This is only 3 months ago. Yeah. CM Punk returns with Straight Edge Society. No plans to return in 2021 to Vince's XFL. Oh, wait. Here's another one. Response to the great one. Who cares about that one? CM Punk's return. Clickbait. Oh, that's the great one making fun of Sean's View, but he deserves it. Look, here's another one. Hey, great one. They're still yelling. Now it's them fighting about how he lies about it. Here's another one. CM Punk returns to a wrestling ring. Oh, it's a wrestling ring. CM Punk return exclusive. Sean's View. CM Punk. CM Punk confirms. This one's amazing. Look at this one. 9 months ago, CM Punk confirms WWE return 2019. Just about. Here's another good one a year ago. CM Punk returns 2019 CM Punk StarCast promo. But he puts an exclamation point at the end indicating that's the end, that he's returning in 2019, and then the StarCast thing. Oh my God, dude. It just goes on and 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 fucking on.
Get out of the sink.
CM Punk returns to WWE News. 9 months ago. CM Punk returns apology video. CM Punk returns to WWE headquarters.
These are all different too.
I mean, dude, it just never ends with this guy. This fucking guy, dude. CM Punk is CM Punk has returns so many times. I mean, he doesn't know how to say returned or returning. He just writes returns as if it's happened. So then someone brazing through sees that and goes, oh, he did return? And that's the goal. I get the clickbait, but it's just...
Remember how excited
he was?
Why was I the only one thinking that Joe was doing a stone cold voice while talking to Troy Lol and Bazutista as Illuminati?
Because Steve Austin's time has come, and ain't nobody tell me any different. Because I'm fixing to run through every WWF superstar. It doesn't matter what they are. Steve Austin's time has come.
I don't know, Freddie Mitchell. Thank you.
We got the inside scoop because CM Punk return confirmed in the chat. Just said in 2022, CM Punk will be returning. Confirmed.
Yes.
So we got the exclusive.
Yes, sir.
Can't beat that. Thank you, chat.
Boom. Here comes the boom. How do you like Trisha Paytas's pussy?
No.
About to come down the aisle.
Down her pants.
I can't believe Fink is dead, man. What the fuck?
I know.
Down the aisle.
Dildo asses.
All right, Leo.
What a loss, huh?
Relax. Just
I'm coming on your ass, Ray. I'm coming for that ass.
Jesus.
Oh, that's what I was telling you before. Dexter Lumis, he hurt his ankle, so he'll no longer be part of the ladder match to crown the new vacant North American champion at TakeOver 30. Rhea Ripley's okay. She didn't break her nose. She just injured it. And
I like that. Dude, Loomis looks like Stone Cold.
Yeah.
That guy
he's
looks
out of the
awesome.
match now with his ankle injury. So
Fuck.
that sucks.
Fuck. That really sucks dick, dude. Oh. Fuck. Oh, Jman from KC. I'm getting fucked up. So pass me some of that vodka. And pass me some of that ecstasy. And give me some of that pussy. Tonight I'm getting fucked up.
Welcome back, Jay Croc in Outer Nowhere.
Boom!
Hell yeah, baby.
Jake is back.
Rocking and having it.
Jman from KC just dropped a crackhead bomb on us here on Out of Nowhere in the chat. It's so sexy. Everyone in the chat is thinking about drawing private parts and little winkies and holes and badges and just colostomy bags in the chat. Just tons of it. They're thinking about drawing cum with their keyboards. So the rest of the show is just the fucking chat. And someone comes in here and goes, I just got here, guys. Why is there so much water in the chat? Why is everybody drawing waterfalls? And then somebody has to tell the poor son of a bitch, oh, those aren't waterfalls. That, my friend, is cum. And then he's like, wow, I don't know how we got to that, but it's here.
Yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke it.
Was up.
Kalel.
Zack Ryder had blocked me months ago because I tweeted at him saying,
Pussy.
WHO, 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 are you? He's a fucking jobber ass loser. Him get in the pin and win on AEW doesn't mean shit. He just needs to go.
Who?
Anybody else think that Zack Ryder's face has been smushed into itself?
I don't like his real name as a wrestling name, Matt Cardona.
Yeah, it
sounds
bad.
I know that's terrible. Like, oh, Jake DeMarco's a shitty name too. Well, for a wrestler.
No, yours is better than his. Come on.
I don't like Cardona. It just I don't know. It doesn't flow well to me.
He sucks, bro. His name should be like Spike Jodson or something. I don't know, man. J-Man from KC,
the new top donator.
Thank you, J-Man. We are getting close to that. We might hit that Tommy goal eventually. We have 7 days to hit the goal. 7 days. But yeah,
speaking of 7 days, we'll find out next Wednesday. But they're saying that Adam Cole has undisclosed injuries currently, and we'll get an update on the next episode of NXT. So they're really trying to sell this punt kick from hell.
Right to the chest, it looked like. I couldn't even tell where he kicked him.
Well, it was supposed to hit him in the head. That's what knocked him out.
Oh, it was so dark. I couldn't
That's why they tried to hide it well, because he's not obviously expertly trained. But they've got 2 weeks until SummerSlam, so this will be enough of an angle to hotshot it into...
I think that Matt Cardona should change his name to Biff Raiden.
Biff Raiden.
Biff Raiden.
Biff Raiden.
Biff Raiden. Let's just keep saying it like over.
Biff Raiden.
Dude, but just hear me out, dude. Biff Raiden.
Ooh. Too bad you don't have, like a Biff Baden or a Riff Raiden. Like something you can get to flow.
Raiden. About to come down the aisle, Biff Raiden.
I'm feeling it.
Raiden!
With lightning everywhere. The god of thunder.
And then they sort of insinuate Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it'd be great. Like dark mystery music.
He can emulate himself after Thor.
Oh my god, dude. Biff Raiden.
The Greek god of thunder. There we go.
Oh my god, dude. I'm telling you, bro. Biff Raiden.
Biff Raiden. Get it trending.
Here he comes. This is music. This is his music. I found it already. Look at this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Oh my god, I've got it. Woo, woo, woo. About to come down the aisle, weighing 235 pounds, Biff Raiden! I don't know
what we're going to see tonight from Biff Raiden when he steps into the ring. But what I know is true is that Biff Raiden is one of the hardest working workout men in this backstage area. Everybody back here, everybody in the locker room, everybody in AEW knows that this guy is the real deal. The stuff he does in the gym is almost godlike. Let me tell you that. A lot of these guys, when they get done with their matches, they go on press tours, they go on Twitter, and they dick around on Twitter and press tours and interviews and absorbing their own YouTube channels. And whatever they do, they play video games. This guy doesn't do that. This guy summons the power of masculinity when he goes to the gym and he lifts, bench presses, and busts his ass. This guy is coming to AEW and he's gonna do a number on every single one of these soy boy video game players that you're looking at right now, and you're staring into the eyes of one of the most intense, incredible, and powerful, sadistic sons of bitches you've ever seen in your life. He is Biff Raiden! Fucking,
I'm sold. Damn,
go.
It started off as a joke, but I'm sold.
Let's go, bro. It's Biff Raiden. But no,
I'm
no,
absolutely sold.
But no, he's Matt Cardona.
And he's arguing,
It's not gonna be-
against the haters, saying that, I'm Cody's friend. I'm the ex-WWE guy, whatever. I don't want to deal with the haters. I don't care about proving haters wrong. I want to prove my supporters right. That's what this is all about. But so many people are crapping on him currently, saying that, his segment was the lowest part to them, which I agree, of AEW the other night. And unfortunately, it just seems like, hey, you're Cody's friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
hopefully they can do something, differentiate him from Cody without just having him turn on Cody. Like we haven't seen that a dozen times.
Right.
So let's see if they can be a little bit more creative here. But
I mean,
he
maybe,
also says he deals in absolutes. He lives in the future and the present, not in the past. So he doesn't regret not leaving WWE sooner.
Yeah, I just, maybe this is like a thing to like sort of say like, hey, you know what? Let's get you on TV so people don't forget about you. And, he's not even going to be staying long. You know what I mean? What the fuck is this that you sent me? Z, the gamer, was like, you got to see this. Oh, God. That's really funny. It's like a Minecraft thing. But it's a bar fight. I can't play that on the air, unfortunately, Z. But on Patreon, I can do a breakdown of this, and I'll talk about this on Patreon. But I can't play it on YouTube because YouTube, unfortunately, it's too violent for YouTube. It's probably on YouTube, but somebody else will eventually get in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean that's pretty funny. It's a big Minecraft thing, and it's kind of funny. But I'm all set.
They're also saying, I wanted to bring this up before, I forgot we were talking about the underground, but they haven't ruled out the possibility of having women fight in the underground either. They said when it happens, I'm sure it'll be a last minute decision, just like everything else though.
And you know what? WWE, I don't give a shit. I don't care if you have midgets fight in the underground. It sucked last week. So I don't care what you do. Just make it not suck.
I'm giving it one more week with it, personally, and see what they do with it this week. If it's the same thing, then forget it. It's dead on arrival. But I'm trying to be blindly hopeful that they can try and turn this around even just a little bit. If I see some glimmer or glimpse of hope, because I'm so desperate at this point, because Raw is just abysmally awful.
We definitely, Jake, forget all that. We definitely got to send Zack Ryder the Biff Raiden thing.
Oh, it has to happen. He's got to be Biff Raiden.
If he changed himself to Biff Raiden, dude, I'd be marking out for Biff Raiden.
Then we'd have something to cheer for.
Who do you think performed the best in the Bischoff segment with Jericho, Bischoff, Orange Cassidy?
Ooh, all three participants were standout. They all each
really good. Yeah.
Did their roles. Not to give such like a political answer, but if I had to absolutely pick, I'd probably say Orange Cassidy because he was such a surprise. He humbled Jericho by, finally giving that long, educated answer on global warming. and won the debate in the end. So, and that promo he cut was top notch. That was excellent for anybody, never mind just for Orange Cassidy. So I really enjoyed everything he had to say about how I don't care. I don't care about anything. But the one thing I have now made myself care about is next Wednesday's match, because the rematch is the biggest match of my career and yours. And I was like, damn, that is so poignant and just well spoken. It was really effective. And sadly, AEW, last story I have tonight, is that they're going to be holding off a few of their big moments until live fans return. There's a lot of things that they want to do, but they're kind of holding off on those plans, and they don't want to execute those plans yet because they want to wait for the crowd to be back. And I can't really blame them. That's why we didn't get the, what was it, Blood and Guts, the War Games match that they were going to have. I believe that's what it was, Blood and Guts, the War Games match. That was what it was called.
I don't even. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot all about it. I just forgot, like Blood and Guts. I forgot the whole thing was happening. That out because of the coronavirus.
Yeah. And since then, obviously, they've gone ahead and changed many of their plans. But a few of the things, you know, when they're holding off on crowning a new AEW champion, it says they don't want to really peak somebody when there's no crowd. They don't want to do the Drew McIntyre thing that happened at WrestleMania. So. This is coming from Dave Meltzer, I should say, from Wrestling
Reckless
Observer.
Jeff in the chat goes, it's funny how the highest rated show didn't have woman on it. But it did. It had Big Swole beat that big cheerleader bitch.
Yeah. I forget her, Reba was her name?
I actually liked her thing because...
I liked her thing, and it worked well, and she was believable.
I mean, okay. You know, she was horrible in the ring, but it was so...
But she was supposed to be horrible.
Right, but that's right, exactly. Like, she got in there, and she looked like shit, but she tried, like a normal person would, right? And
exactly.
Yeah, like, I don't know, dude. Like, it was so... She's really bad, but, you know, I heard other people ripping her, like, what a piece of shit in the ring. Yeah, no shit. She's not a fucking wrestler. I mean... I don't know, bro. I mean, listen, maybe you don't like Biff Raiden, but, you know, it's better than Matt Cardona or whatever.
Absolutely.
The guy sucks.
It just doesn't flow well, and it doesn't feel like it has any personality to it.
Even
and I get what they're saying here, too. You know, they're saying that, you know, you need to save things until you can get that giant pop.
Yeah.
Because in that situation, that's what's required, that audience interaction. That's why so much of wrestling has had to change in the pandemic. But my point and many others is, what if it doesn't go away for another year? What if we're stuck like this, and here you are waiting to transition champions and pull off angles? You know, how long can you hold on, you know, waiting for? We don't have a certain time frame for how long this pandemic's going to last.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're in it till the end of the year, it feels like.
At least. What if it's longer? What if it's, you know, till next summer, God forbid? I would hate that. Everybody would, but anything's possible. So we just don't know. There's so much uncertainty and so many numbers rising still, and people being sick. And one guy, you know, the New York Times did a report for how his hospital bills were over $2 million for 6 weeks of hospital care. And I'm surprised it wasn't more than that for that long, but still, people are coming out with these massive, massive bills surviving coronavirus, and now their lives are ruined.
Yeah, vaccine prices for COVID begin to emerge 8 hours ago on
oh, really?
The news.
That's going to be a huge issue as well, obviously, because you need to get it to everybody. So how does that happen?
Well, luckily in Mass we went down again today. It went from fucking 500 to 4 to 2.
Oh, that's good. That's at least refreshing. But
well, hopefully it stays down. But I mean, how they doing in? Let me look at South Korea, because
I don't know why they're bothering sending the kids back to school.
I don't get it either. What the fuck are we doing? Just wait
because they have to close down as soon as one person is
positive,
because then everybody has to quarantine again. So what are they going to do? Have, you know, you go back once every 14 days just to shut down for 14 days again?
Yeah, it's stupid. What are you doing? Fuck you. My kids are staying home. You know why my kids are staying home? And, you know, Leah's been debating about what to do, and our school's doing like a hybrid thing. Most other schools are doing whatever.
Yeah,
Dude,
ours just pushed
the
starting date back again as well. So
a lot of these people, the left-wing people, are like the ones that are saying, you know, obviously the right-wing people are like, send them back, I don't give a shit. But the left-wing people are like, I think I'm going to send them back. Oh, yeah? You think you're going to send them back? Weren't you bitching that Donald Trump opened everything up too late or did everything too late? But it was exactly at these numbers almost when he was doing that. So now you're going to send people back. So like back like 3 months ago, it was like, or 4 months ago even, like it was, oh my God, better not do anything anywhere, you idiots, and wear a mask. Now you're going to send our kids back to school? Fucking stupid.
Yeah, and especially with these parameters, it's
Fuck
just not
you.
looking good.
My kids are staying the fuck home. I seen the other school with the fucking where the kids aren't even wearing the masks and they got suspended.
Well, they're not
for taking
required to
pictures of-
there in Georgia, where they were all
Oh
stuffed
my
in like
God.
sardines. But
every year
they
we
said,
get
oh,
sick
they're,
in my
they're not
house.
in. They said at the school, well, they're not around each other long enough to transfer coronavirus because they're moving too quickly through the hallways, Joe. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Duh. Just being in contact with each other and breathing is all you need. But they're not around each other long enough because they're moving through the hallways quickly.
Paulie, don't worry. He's going to fail and not go anywhere anyway, so who gives a shit? Matt Cardona sucks, so don't worry. He won't go anywhere. So don't worry about his name or whatever. He won't go anywhere. Nobody will ever fucking know his name is Matt Cardona, and he won't do shit, and he sucks. He should go play video games and talk about his toy figures or whatever the fuck. Anyway, but no, it's like, dude, every year we get sick. Every year we get sick. And it's because of the kids at school. Every year.
Absolutely. We're always dealing with stuff here because Courtney works in daycare, so she's constantly bringing stuff home. My immune system sucks.
I haven't been sick in a year, or I don't even know, like a really sick.
Yeah, I'm on 2 antibiotics right now. You know, it's like never ending.
You get sick, you're gonna be fucking eating shit.
No, that's my biggest worry with it. I know if I got the coronavirus, my luck is I'm 6 feet under.
Oh God, I hope that wouldn't happen. To
That
you.
thing would kill me with all the issues that I've had coughing up blood with my lungs.
Imagine if you
Forget it.
didn't, though. Imagine if you didn't. You got it. And
Yeah,
you didn't.
be a hell of a story. another ring in my tree.
You know, what'd be wicked funny is if you got it and you didn't even get sick.
Yeah, just be the carrier.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
or like you're like somebody you knew or near you died, but you didn't like them, and then like you got tested and you had the antibodies.
Hey, you do have the antibodies, but you don't have the.
Do you want to go get tested? You should go get tested. for it.
I've had 2 coronavirus tests.
No, but I
now.
mean, you should go get tested for the antibodies and see if you.
I
Ever
should. I should do that. That is
I'll
a good
pay
point.
for it. I'm curious. You go to the doctor, just get it. It's $80.
Yeah,
I'll send
I
you to
should get
Quest
it done.
Diagnostics. I'm gonna find out. I think I might do it too. We got to go in the office though and have the blood drawn.
Yeah, here you can set up appointments too and whatnot. They're not bad with Quest. I've had to go there a few times already.
Oh man, see, I don't want the real test where they swab your nose because I'll throw up on somebody. But the antibody test, they take your blood, so I'm down with that. Go ahead and take my blood all day. That doesn't
Yeah,
bother
well, this
me.
way they can tell if you've had it already. So
Yeah, I want to know if I've had it because
because obviously you're not sick now. You don't
What
feel
was
so
it?
you don't need to get the actual test.
it was February, I think, when or January or February. It might have been February. I think it was February when Leah was sick for 2 weeks. She was sick, just shit. And then Finn was too. They both got sick the exact same way with like the same.
Yeah, I recall.
It was weird. Like they were so sick. And Leah normally just, you don't even know she's sick. But we knew she was sick because she was like sleeping on the couch a bunch. And
Yeah, she wasn't able to function at all.
I
remember
wonder if
that.
she had it, man. I wonder. But then me, Brenna, and Gavin didn't get anything. Fucking weird. Fucking weird.
Yeah, it's crazy how it works.
The kids aren't really going to be the ones that get that sick. It's going to be the fact that they're going to pass it around to everybody. That's the thing.
I would like to hope so, but it seemed recently
yeah?
that more kids are getting sick, and it's affecting more of a younger age too. So
It's adapting to the youngins.
if they're all going back to school, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, we'll see what happens in a few days in Georgia's time and see what comes of that. That'll be more tests being done every day as people offer themselves up as guinea pigs.
Well, there's about 20 tests a day. Oh my God! Did you know in Brazil 50,000 people are getting it?
Really? Wow.
50,000.
That was always my argument because people saying like, "Oh, it'll be gone in the summertime because of the heat," and it's like, well, it's in Brazil as of March, and it was 98 degrees there. So
How come nobody talks about Brazil, the worst place in the world? Why is it always America? Like, what is it? 53,000? What the fuck? Are you serious?
And that's daily new cases? Holy hell.
Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, Florida is at like, what, 10,000 a day, and we're like losing our minds over that? Brazil.
Well, that's just Florida, though. Brazil's got a large populace, so.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if you, I guess take, instead of Brazil, just say America. So I guess what's America a day?
Because Brazil has a population of 210 million. So
America. I'm sorry.
And the United States is at 328 million. So we have about 100 million more.
Oh, people?
Yeah, for population.
Okay.
And Brazil has 200 and some odd million.
Well,
so
we're about
210.
the same as Brazil.
That's what I'm saying. So it closely lines up.
Yeah, we're doing 50,000 a day. Well, we're down a little bit now. 51,000, 41,000. We were in the 70s and 60s, though. Now we're going down a little bit. Hopefully start trending down, maybe. Because this is when we started freaking out about Florida, about here. And now we're like, okay, let's calm down a little bit. Let's get everybody back inside. But
yeah,
wow.
It seems like we're kind of stringing along at like 50 to 60,000
Remember
cases.
when we were going to flatten the curve? Instead, we fucking climbed the fucking staircase.
Yeah, 'cause if you look back through April, there was a point in time where it started to go down, and
yeah,
by the May 5th, it was at 22,000 cases, and then it hit down to like 16,000, and then by June it started to go back up.
You know what will happen is it will start going back down again, and we'll get back down to this. Like we'll get back down to 8,000, and then they're gonna realize that the cop is gonna get off the George Floyd murder thing because the cop basically followed department rules by kneeling on him that way, and the body cam came out where the guy resisted, kind of. So the cop's gonna get off.
In question, I have not been able to find, because I listened to you and Dave Rose and everybody between Throwdowns and whatnot, and all the different podcasts you've had, Corrupted, Monetize This. You guys have talked about different things. I haven't found the autopsy report online. I've seen people discussing it, but
no, there was two. There was the family did one.
Yeah, they did their own,
which said like that the guy died because of the cops, and then the one that was officially done, which said he died because he had some kind of cardiac episode because of all the drugs. He had drugs up his ass.
That's what I had heard. And that was the issue, that he was, basically trying to be a friggin' human mule, and while he was trafficking drugs. But I didn't know if that was true or just hearsay or.
But the fact is, when that cop gets off, this spike, this COVID thing, I guarantee the COVID's going to drop, and we're going to be like, oh my God, we're getting somewhere. All right, we're getting somewhere. Then that cop is going to get off, and then you're going to see fucking like militias in the streets and shit. And then it's going to fucking get crazy. Get ready. Get ready, America. For militias in the streets. I said this 6 months ago. That, if we ever have another civil war, it'll be these hundreds of people shooting each other and little skirmishes going on throughout the country. And I think might have been Leah that laughed at me a couple weeks ago, and I want to remember this. I think it might have been her that laughed at me when I said little skirmishes across the whole U.S. You're not going to be laughing at some point. I don't know when, but you're going to see it. And it's going to be very interesting. There's going to be shit's going to burn.
Look at the uprising that happened when he died, and the narrative that was presented and how it turned out. And
oh, yeah, you're going to see some crazy shit. Like, I couldn't even...
So if the cop gets off, forget it.
Because what's going to happen
no charges, they're going to say, oh, no justice, even though we don't really know if this situation, he deserves to be arrested now.
They're going to show the body cam, and then the cop is going to be like, this is what the department trained me to do. And the guy was saying, I can't breathe when he was fighting the cops when he was standing up. So as far as the cop thought, this guy's been saying he can't breathe when he's fighting me. He can't breathe when he's standing up fighting me. And then he can't breathe when we're trying to arrest him and he's calm. And now he's saying he can't breathe when we got him down. Well, I'm going to ignore that. And then he puts his knee on his head, which I never would have done if I was the cop for that long. But they're idiots. And the minute someone says you can't breathe, how do you know just because he's standing up? He maybe he really can't breathe right now because he was having a cardiac episode. So the whole time it's getting worse and worse for him.
Well, the cop kept saying, or someone had said, well, he's talking, because the thing is, you can't, if you can't breathe, you can't talk.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, but when you're having anxiety, a panic attack, and you know what I mean, when you're struggling to breathe, you start, and you do that. So like it really does, and then it gets worse and worse, and you can seize up.
Yeah, that's like a panic attack.
Yeah, but it's like a mix of that. I mean, it feels like that as you're shutting down, but it's not quite like your throat's being stopped. But the bottom line is what I'm saying to you is Corona's going to get a whole lot worse because they're going to see the body cam footage. They're going to see the cop say that, look, I followed the department's rules and training. This is what they tell me to do. And the guy's going to get off. I mean,
he's
maybe
freaking out, and he's so anxiety ridden that he's not able to comply with the cops. So they're trying to like push him in and pull him at the same time into the car. And he starts fighting back. He's like, I want to lay on the ground. I want to lay on the ground. I want to lay on the ground. That's what. And then he says, I can't breathe right after.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like what happened to him. It doesn't matter what cardiac episode, whatever. Nobody
should have received medical treatment. They still should have gotten off of him.
Nobody was checking his pulse. No one was giving him medical treatment. You could see it. You were standing there watching it on your camera with his face, and as he died, and the cop just still sitting there. Cop's not looking at him at all. The
cop didn't say it takes a lot of oxygen to talk.
Yeah, so the cop has got to be in trouble for something like some kind of negligent murder, manslaughter charge has to come from this. You would think, but if he gets off, you're gonna see fucking bonkers shit, because people are now locked up even longer. Now people have been locked up even longer, and they're just staring at everything. Dude, Joe Biden can't speak worth a shit.
No, he can't. And really quick, too, that
did they check
the other
his
officer,
pulse?
Lane, says, I just worry about the excited delirium. And then Chauvin says, well, that's why we have an ambulance coming. So they literally just were holding him there to get the ambulance.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know did they really check his pulse? Because I don't remember seeing it.
No. They said that he was, delirious and overly excited. So that's why they called an ambulance.
Oh, God.
But the other officer said, should we lay him on his side? And he said, no, we're going to leave him here like this. And the officer says, well, I'm worried because of the delirium, excited delirium.
Oh, boy. That was on the body cam?
Yeah.
Oh, God. The cop's going to get off, dude. And this fucking country's going to flip out.
I don't know. The whole thing, he might not, but still, it's going to be a harrowing time.
I'll tell you what. If I'll tell you what. If I was the cop, I would just I'd be like, dude, just put me in jail so the country doesn't burn. Like, kill me. If I was the cop, I'd just kill myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, let me just save everybody. Like, all right. I don't know. He died of carbon monoxide. His face was near the cop's exhaust. That's the weirdest thing that I've heard so far. Anyway, so you're going to see that. I don't know how we got on this topic, but I think it was because of COVID.
Super Chat.
Mike Stinson.
Party.
Sweet as.
Brody Lee set to win TNT title. Watch this space.
Mike Stinson, thank you, man. What do you think? Brody Lee, TNT champion. Jake, like it? No or yes? Brody Lee, TNT champ.
Not in his current form.
What?
Brody Lee, I think he'd have to be a bit more
momentum.
And what? I'm sorry to hear
more
you.
Momentum and more like
he feels a bit shallow still.
Yeah, he
really
could
came
be,
in. I always said that they underutilized Luke Harper. So.
Yeah, because he's so good in a one-on-one. He's really like Mankind and Kane and something else all rolled into one, and he really could have the ability. I think he'd be good in a ladder match against Cody for that belt. Give us that.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That'd be really cool.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
I like the idea of the underground WWE, just poorly executed it. I think it would be funny if WWE did something like having midgets fight in the underground. I know it sounds dumb, but if done right, it can be awesome.
2020 seems like a plan, Jman, no doubt about it. Brokenlion. Yeah, see, I agree, man. I like the idea of it. I like Shane hosting it. I like his enthusiasm. And it's kind of like Sunday Night Heat felt that way when Shane hosted that, kind of. But
Super chat.
That execution was shit.
Joe, love you long time. Wow.
I'm so old school. Thank you, I'm so old school. But yeah, the execution was horrible. Not even the execution, the whole idea of it was horrible. Like what they did.
Super chat.
So MJF isn't winning then. They want to save it.
As much as they want to save it, they're conflicted because they're holding off on some of the things, but not everything. I mean, as much as they want to save it for when they can have this huge uproar from the crowd, can they? Because they don't know how long they're going to be waiting for. So that's the issue.
The biggest thing that tells me I don't think they'll just do anything is because Matt Hardy debuted. You know, we thought the same thing about the crowd there, and
yeah. See, I think they wanted to call an audible with that one too, but because they had him debuting that Wednesday, and that was like the second COVID show, right? Maybe somewhere. I know it was early on. It was maybe the second, or was it the first one?
I don't get why they don't just do something where he hits his head and now he's back to regular Matt. He doesn't even know what
they have the perfect thing to do now. He just got waffled by a chair and stitches.
Well, but I mean, now it's too late. He already announced, I'm back to real Matt Hardy, and that was all a gimmick. It was all a fake gimmick. Good job.
At this point, we don't even know who the real Matt Hardy is, I feel like.
It's all so bad, and I'm sorry to criticize because I love Matt Hardy, but man, he fucked up.
I do too. It's just, I don't know what he represents, who he is, what he's doing, what are his motivations. It's just...
I'm lost.
Yeah, very lost.
He's really ruined himself.
And he was an easy one to get behind and follow.
I love when people say plastic chairs don't hurt. That's what Tommy Dreamer said. Yeah, they hurt.
Yeah, that's what we were discussing earlier. Those things, that's why you brought up the wrestling clip. You know, those things definitely hurt.
Yeah, go and hit someone with a plastic chair in the right spot, in the throat.
It doesn't matter where you hit them. That'll leave you a welt.
Super
yeah,
chat.
that's for damn sure.
Super chat.
How about a donkey show underground?
Now we're talking.
Might be
now
better.
We're talking.
Depends if they're female. If they're female, I'm in.
I don't care either which way.
Wow.
Donkey show? You're always set up for a good time.
We're always ready for a good time, baby. Jake, you got anything else, man?
That is it. That is all the news I had for tonight.
AEW has destroyed tonight. They almost hit him. They almost got to 1 million, man. Imagine if they imagine if they did like 1.5 million with Eric Bischoff coming back. There would be like hands down, no doubt he gets signed after that.
Oh, he would be hired before the next day's newspaper came out. He'd be hired instantly.
Oh,
I would like to see them rival Raw. Then WWE would really have to try.
Then
going up against NXT, that's their pet project. They're reactionary to AEW, but they're not concerned yet. I want them to be concerned.
Paulie, it's the way Matt Hardy changed to regular Matt Hardy, you dumb fucking idiot. All night with you in the chat being an idiot. Paulie, it's the way he changed.
Yeah, he can take a break of him doing
maybe
his gimmicks,
he just
but
wants
coming
to
out
take
and
a
being
break.
like, fuck it, I'm done with them.
All right, let's
What
roast.
good does that do?
I'm going to roast you now, you fucking idiot, Paulie. I'm going to roast the fuck out of you now. You idiot fuck. Hardy is gold. I think he's earned the right to do whatever gimmick he wants. No one said he doesn't have the right to do another gimmick. The point is him just snapping out of it and going, I'm just going to be Matt Hardy. I'm going to like that. That's the worst shit. Just fucking fall out of the ring, hit your head, and then look around and be like, in the broken character, and be like, what's going on? Why am I wearing this? Don't you remember you're broken? What's broken? What do you mean? What do you mean I'm broken? I'm fine. No, you lost the match. And then he just goes back
Have
to
him
being,
say, like, where's Vince?
that's it. It's called a story. It's called a movie. You write it off and then you move on. And then what happens is in 8 months when you bring back Broken Gimmick or you decide to go back to it,
When
you can have
crowds
him
return.
You can have him in a war match with somebody and he gets hit hard or he falls off something and he snaps and all of a sudden he gets up and he's like, ha, and you're like, oh my God, fucking he's broken again, and it's fucking crazy and it's fun. Like, but now it's, I choose, that's a gimmick and this is all fake and yeah, I just want to be Matt now. And it's like,
yeah, you gimmicked your own gimmick.
Fuck, what are you doing? Like, dude, give me the story. Like, fuck. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Gimmicked your gimmick.
I don't know. He understood so well how that whole thing works, and it's almost like he just completely went, fuck it. So anyway, I don't mind if he goes back to being regular Hardy, although I find regular Hardy to be pretty boring. But, go ahead. But there's no... Now you can't... Now the return is, he just chose to do it. Like, well, why not create something? I don't know, bro. Why the fuck is my dog barking like that? But anyway, yeah, that's it. Jake, man, at Countdown Ended on Twitter, on YouTube. I'm on Joe Cronin, dickhead, whatever. I don't know.
Sexy son of a bitch. That's right.
I'm going to flip
Make
the hell
ultimate
out.
Desirable team.
I'm going to flip out tonight. Flip out and lose my mind. I'm so old school. Thank you, man. Thanks to everybody who donated tonight.
We got a lot coming up. Takeover 30 in 2 weeks' time. Also going up against AEW Dynamite, because AEW that week, no Wednesday show. They're going to move it in 2 weeks because of basketball, NBA.
Oh yeah.
So NXT Takeover is going head to head with AEW Dynamite. It'll be an hour difference, but that's going to be crazy.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That sucks.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Joe, I hate to agree with you, but I don't like how Matt is doing this.
I don't either. I don't get it. Matt usually nails everything, but for the last 5 months, or for the last, not 5 months, for the last 5 weeks, I just don't get it, man. Why not just write it off somehow? Get hit by a car. Get hit by a fucking car. Something. Broken Lion. Thank you, Broken Lion. And yeah, what's the schedule is going to be all weird. When does it, you know the schedule? I meant to do a video on this.
The weekend of the 22nd.
Ugh.
So the 22nd, that Saturday, we're going to have AEW Dynamite and NXT TakeOver. Excuse me. And then that Sunday is SummerSlam. So we'll have a lot to cover that weekend.
I find it super annoying that we're going to have to split a pay-per-view thing.
For AEW.
Yeah.
And AEW is supposed to be putting on a big show that night, too. So.
Fuck. Anyway, guys, check out Patreon. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And a special shout out to all the $25 patrons. You guys are beasts doing the $25 a month or higher. Like Sith Neegan, JD Venom, Kill Alabama, Jason Tarr. Wow, that's scrolling by too fast for me to read from. Maybe I should just pause it. We got JD Venom, Khalil Bama, Jason Tarr, The Bear 1322, Matt Rossmeyer, Spiderland Leafs Fan, CJ Bradley, Drew Bar 100, Talk to Me Nice, Gordon Bombay, ADTR 210, Frog Kid, John Zippay, Brian Harper, Garguts Entertainment, NickY J, Gerald Armstrong, Brokenlion, Gary Metzler, STARSCREAM, Arknolia Strokelbean, Sith Neegan is the top boy. Joseph Lightsey, Duane Crenshaw, Steveo, ColdBrewKrew, Mike Torian, John Steller, who is ConstipatedRock, Mike Gwaz from Brooklyn, Antoine Pleasant, Jman from KC. And shout out to my wife, Leah, who is the queen of the wheel. She won it on Monetize This last week in her psychotic drunken rage as she went into a rage. Last week on Monetize This on Corrupted Nation, my other YouTube channel, it was a fun night. I saw her panties. There it is. And thank you guys for being those patrons. Everybody else, good night. We're going to find out who wins this Friday night.
Kept pounding it in there.
Shit, tomorrow night's Monetize This. Holy fuck, it's already been a week? Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Tomorrow night, Leah puts her crown on the line on Monetize This, and we got some fucked up shit to say about the community tomorrow night on Monetize This. Hell yeah, Jake's gonna masturbate to it.
I had about motherfucking 15 motherfucking 80 drinks tonight.
Joe, Leah's pussy needs a cleaning out.
Tori's a fucking retard faggot.
Oh yeah? Horny guys?
You ridiculous piece of shit.
And fuck Bill Goldberg. Fuck Bill Goldberg. If you are a fan of Goldberg and what he represents, you are a fucking piece of shit. I'm telling you right now.
I'm coming on your ass, Ray. I'm coming for that ass.
Dildo asses.
Super chat.
WWE hired Khan, head of TV. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. It's no relation to Tony Khan, though. Thank you, Goon. The Goon.
It's just shoved up in there.
Oh.
And they're going out for some hangings.
Oh, God. Giggity.